Right now this morning, Governor Walz declares Minnesota strong despite national uncertainty. What his state of the state means for your family. And Winona's $1 million gamble. Will Congress fund a wildlife center that could bring thousands of new tourists?
Plus, more rainfall in the picture for us today as we go back into tomorrow. We'll see more showers coming back in with maybe a possible thunderstorm or two.
This is News 8 Now this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Mark Jarrett.
It is Thursday, April 24th. So another great afternoon, two great afternoons, but don't hold my breath any longer, right?
Exactly. And away we go with that, my friend. You're 100% right. We're going to hold on to shower activity. First, as we go through sunrise, having this storm activity lift, I should say, showers and storms moving up towards Alaska, I should say, and lifting up all the way up into Eau Claire as well, holding on to that. Then eventually going back down to the south where we'll see more of that rain and shower activity kind of moving through the area. Right now, they have it currently, you can see light to moderate, maybe even heavy at times, with possibly a thunderstorm trying to embed in there right now, but not seeing much in the way of lightning associated with that. So we'll just keep that in our hats right now. You can see kind of drier conditions by Winona as well as up to Eau Claire. We'll get back into there. Eau Claire pretty much just in the light cloud cover again, holding on to increasing clouds in the next hour or so. We'll see most of the moisture is kind of bulked up here to the central portion of the nation, as well as working into our area with a little lightning and thunderstorm on the way going through Iowa. We'll also see most of the threat, though, is from Wichita all the way down into Texas. And of course, you can see that right there. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of what's going to happen as this continues to move across the west and east of the area here. We'll see more of this rainfall in our forecast for today and then picking up for Monday and Tuesday.
The Vatican says nearly 50,000 mourners have paid their respects to Pope Francis in just the first 24 hours since he began lying in state yesterday at St. Peter's Basilica, prompting officials there to now extend public viewing hours well into last night. The Pontiff's body is lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica till his funeral on Saturday. That is where we will take a live look this morning. You can see plenty of people still filing in, quite the line there. Very impressive. And CBS's Tina Kraus reports from the Vatican hours after she also joined the thousands of these mourners inside.
The faithful lined up for a second day to pay their respects to Pope Francis as he lies in state at St. Peter's Basilica.
I got up at 4:30 to be here at 5 a.m. like everybody else in this line to pay my respects to Pope Francis.
Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni was among the tens of thousands of mourners to walk past the Pope's simple wooden coffin yesterday, with crowds, including many Americans, filing in well past midnight.
You could feel how much people really cared about him.
The outpouring of love for Pope Francis is incredible. I waited for just over 3 hours to see him, and the atmosphere inside St. Peter's Basilica is truly touching, with mourners given more than a moment but precious time to pray, to take photos, to remember the solemn occasion. Around 170 dignitaries and heads of state are expected to attend the Pope's funeral on Saturday, which Vatican officials say will mostly take place outside in St. Peter's Square. The College of Cardinals continues to meet as anticipation grows for the conclave, the historic process to select the next pontiff.
And happening today, Bishop Gerard Battersby will celebrate a special mass honoring Pope Francis at La Crosse's Cathedral of St. Joseph the Workman, taking a live look at the cathedral in downtown La Crosse this morning. That service will start right here at 12:10 this afternoon. It's open to everyone, whether you're Catholic or not. If you can't make it, the diocese will live stream the ceremony at diolc.org/live. News 8 will also have coverage of the service tonight. And CBS News will have complete coverage of the funeral of Pope Francis on Saturday morning. That special report set to begin at 3 a.m. You can catch that here on WKBT News 8 as well. Some other headlines to get to this morning. The man accused of abducting a pregnant Beaver Dam teen faces a preliminary hearing today. 40-year-old Gary Day was extradited to Wisconsin last week after allegedly taking Sophia Franklin across state lines in February. She was missing for 2 months before being found at a Nebraska truck stop. Day faces multiple felony charges, including child enticement and abduction. His hearing is set for 8:30 this morning. A La Crosse jury convicting a man of human trafficking. 45 25-year-old Dre Broadnax was found guilty yesterday on all 5 felony charges. Prosecutors proved he forced a woman to travel across Wisconsin and perform sex acts with multiple men as punishment for losing drug money. His co-defendant, Chantel Kibler, faces trial June 9th for her alleged role in the crime. Security for Minnesota families was the focus of Governor Tim Walz's State of the State address last night. Walz highlighted programs like child tax credits and guaranteed school lunches that offer families economic stability. He pointed to workplace protections too, like guaranteed sick time and collective bargaining. The governor also criticized the Trump administration's first 100 days while declaring Minnesota as strong as it has ever been, despite what he called a moment of great national uncertainty.
The President of the United States has chosen to throw our economy into turmoil. Global markets are teetering on the brink of collapse. Businesses across this country and here in Minnesota are already laying off employees by the thousands. Working people are paying more for basic goods, and if you haven't checked your 401k lately, don't do it.
Minnesota Republicans fired back, the party's chair calling the speech heavy on rhetoric but lacking accountability and a concrete plan for Minnesotans. A group of 12 states, including Minnesota, is suing the Trump administration over the president's tariffs. The president claims that he can impose those tariffs single-handedly due to the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. That gives the president authority to respond to unusual and extraordinary threats. The lawsuit argues his use of that law is an overreach. It notes the Constitution gives Congress the power to collect taxes and duties. And President Trump went on a signing frenzy yesterday, approving 7 education executive orders. The orders overhaul college accreditation and access to federal student loans, direct the Attorney General to investigate campus discrimination, introduce AI into K-12 classrooms, and threaten to cut funding from schools that don't disclose foreign money sources. Congressman Derek Van Orden toured Mid-City Steel in La Crosse yesterday. He met with multiple La Crosse business owners and leaders discussing how to strengthen local, state, and national manufacturing and production.
There is a plan in place in order to get a level playing field for our manufacturers and farmers and everybody here. And when America has a level playing field, we will dominate any industry.
Protesters gathered, as you see here, near Mid-City Steel in an attempt to speak with Van Orden about Trump administration and GOP-backed cuts to education, Social Security, and agriculture. Wisconsin moms on Medicaid could soon get health care for a full year after giving birth. The state Senate just passed a bill extending postpartum coverage from 60 days to 1 year, and now it just needs Assembly approval. The change would help low-income mothers who currently lose health care when postpartum issues like depression and heart conditions often just begin.
Families have a lot of challenges with a new baby in the household. Financial changes, work changes, families need to stay home. It's important that moms have the care they need to be healthy so that they can care for their babies and their families.
Wisconsin is currently one of 2 states that doesn't offer extended coverage. The U.S. Army Reserve is now speaking on Fort McCoy's garrison commander's recent suspension. Their new statement says Colonel Sheila Baez Ramirez did not direct or support the removal of those portraits of President Trump, J.D. Vance, and Pete Hegseth. They say that she is suspended for administrative reasons, not any misconduct. The portraits are now visible on the board, as you see here, and officials say the investigation is ongoing. On Alaska's Highway 157 is set to get a makeover. You're invited to see the plans tonight. City officials will present construction details at Onalaska City Hall from 5 to 6:30. The project between 5th and 17th Avenue includes replacing concrete and updating utilities. Construction won't start till 2029, but your input tonight could shape those final plans. A $1 million deal could bring thousands of tourists to Winona if Congress funds it. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit has those details for us this morning.
Right now, the city of Winona owns this property, but they're confident selling it to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service will bring thousands of new visitors to the area.
This is a win for Fish and Wildlife. It's a win for the environment. and it's a win for the community.
This April, the Winona Port Authority approved reselling this piece of land to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to build a contact center. They say the move will have long-term benefits. Right now, Winona houses Fish and Wildlife Service offices that work with the Upper Mississippi River Refuge.
There's thousands of people who visit the refuge each year, so we definitely see that as an economic benefit.
It's why Winona officials are keen on keeping the agency in the city.
Building this facility kind of anchors them into our community, which is a good thing.
Winona's Port Authority purchased the property for $1 million around a year ago. Although they're selling it for $50,000 less than that, they're confident the center will help them make that money back.
We still see it as a great economic piece for our city.
While they're finalizing the deal, one other piece has to fall into place before the center can be built. The Fish and Wildlife Service will need congressional funding to complete the project.
Anytime you're relying on another government entity, there's always an element of uncertainty. Yet, if they're making this purchase, I think Fish and Wildlife must have some confidence that they'll receive the funding.
We reached out to the Fish and Wildlife Service, but they cannot comment at this time. Reporting in Winona, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now, This Morning.
The time now is 6:10. Still to come for us, Trump may scale back on those tariffs. We'll have the update. Businesses are set to scale back on hiring, and Meta and Apple both facing heavy fines from the EU. Credit card debt is at an all-time high in this country. Coming up, more on how Trump's tariffs could further impact that. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Footprints from 50 million years ago. Scientists just uncovered the first bird and lizard tracks ever found at Oregon's John Day fossil beds. Using 3D imaging, researchers discovered these ancient animals moved much like their modern descendants do today. And as you begin to wake up this morning, something that might get your blood pumping a little bit, take a look at this, a live look at Lambeau Field. Today's the day. The NFL draft will kick off at 7 p.m. in Green Bay. Taking a live look, of course, at the stadium. Crews there working to put the final touches on the massive 4.6 million square foot campus, where 250,000 people are expected to flood the streets of the smallest city ever to host the draft. We will have team coverage for you live from Lambeau throughout our newscast. Stay with us. We're back after this.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like a free Wild Bite fishing kit when you spend $50 on fishing gear. Blaine's brand lawn and garden batteries, $3 off for rewards members. Plus, we've lowered prices store-wide so you can find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Arts Center is impacted by tourists.
The more people that we can get into the La Crosse area, the more I can provide for the people in our neighborhoods, the employees that I can help take care of, and just generally a better quality of life for us and our surrounding area.
The increased tourism means more business to us, means that we need to hire more staffing to accommodate for the fuel sales, to accommodate getting the rentals ready.
The power of tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At
Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska, we know children, which is why we strive to make every visit to the dentist a positive experience. We are honored to be named Best Pediatric Dentist in this year's Best of La Crosse County. Thank you to our amazing patients and families for your trust, your smiles, and your votes. We love making dental visits fun, comfortable, and full of bright, healthy smiles. Here's to another year of caring for our community's little ones.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe, comfortable, and happy.
We have a lot of veteran installers who really care, and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department. Just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
Well, good morning to you. Once again, I'm going to show you as you're getting down to Prairie du Chien, you've got some light to heavy rainfall associated with that. You can see the embedded rainfall in that cloud field there with that tinge of orange and red in there. For everybody else, though, light stuff barely even touching the ground right now, similar to Eau Claire as well. You haven't much going on, but you can slowly see it beginning to build up gradually, kind of working into the area. By sunrise time, we'll see more of that rainfall up to the north, then more widespread rainfall to finish out going through the morning hours in the afternoon, where we could see the possibility of more showers in your forecast. That being said, I want to take you all the way into this. We're going into La Crosse to show you the planner, just to give you an overview of what's happening out there with the light rainfall, about a 50% chance tapering down, picking back up again after a break. We go back to the 3 o'clock hour, turning to a 40 to 60% chance, and that rainfall will continue to increase as we go into the evening hours. Eau Claire on the other side, holding on to a 30% chance in and out of the showers. You can see picking up a 40% chance, now showing this, picking up by the 11 o'clock hour. Before it was showing nothing happening there. Then taking a break going into the 1 o'clock hour. By 2 o'clock, we're going to see more showers possibly coming back as well, and then continuing to ramp up as we go into the afternoon and evening, or late afternoon and early evening hours. Highs for the day, 50s, some 60s in the forecast, to maybe even some 70s down to the south. See, Prairie du Chien's back in the 70s again. Isn't that a song? Hey, I'll have more about your forecast coming up for you in just a moment. Stick around.
In your morning consumer news, President Trump says his trade war could settle in less than a month now. That comes after the heads of two major retailers expressed concerns about how Trump's tariffs could impact how we all shop. CEOs of Walmart and Target privately warned the president the ripple effects of his tariffs could leave shelves empty within a matter of just weeks. Uncertainty is the key word impacting businesses lately. A new report shows overall economic activity hasn't changed very much over the past 2 months, but uncertainty around international trade policy is scaring many business owners. As a result, they're putting off long-term plans and reeling in spending. Many companies have also slowed down on bringing in new workers until they have better clarity on long-term economic conditions. Credit card debt in the U.S. is at an all-time high. About 48% of Americans are carrying some type of credit card debt. Some experts worry that President Trump's tariffs could further burden American households. Jen Sullivan crunches the numbers.
Nearly half of Americans who have a credit card have debt. Those numbers are based on a new survey by the financial site Bankrate. And among the people who have debt, more than 70% said they believe they'd be able to pay off their balance within 5 years.
It's definitely a problem at the household level.
Ted Rossman at Bankrate says debt has reached an all-time high. According to the latest report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, credit card debt in the U.S. has reached $1.21 trillion. That's 4% higher than a year ago. Rossman says that breaks down to about $6,600 per household.
If you make minimum payments at the average interest rate of about 20%, you're in debt for 18 years and you owe close to $10,000 in interest.
Many experts worry that higher prices due to President Donald Trump's tariffs could worsen debt for Americans. The White House is hoping it will encourage companies to bring back jobs to the U.S., but that will take time.
People are feeling squeezed between higher housing costs and medical care and food and childcare and all these things, and there's just not as much wiggle room.
If you do have a lot of credit card debt, Rossman says it's best to pay off as much as you can so you don't pay more in interest and penalties. You could also look into transferring your debt to a 0% interest credit card.
The EU, meanwhile, has fined Apple and Meta hundreds of millions of dollars in the first enforcement of its landmark digital competition law. The European Commission, the EU's executive arm, says it fined Apple $570 million for breaching the Act's App Store policies. It also fined Meta $228 million over its collection of personal data. Both companies say they plan to appeal. That's a look at your consumer news this morning. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got a look at our forecast.
All right, away we go with that. As you've already seen before now, we're going to get into highs today, holding on to the 50s, some 60s mixed in the central area here, holding on to mild conditions and to a wee bit more. As you can see, 64 degrees expected for La Crosse, while Eau Claire is going to be about 57 degrees and seasonal. We'll take it back down to the south where you're looking at Prairie du Chien hitting those 70s, as well as Bosqueville in the forecast despite having the rainfall. We'll get into the sunrise time, picking up that rainfall, continuing to move up to the north there gradually as it arcs up a bit, continuing all the way through the 10 o'clock hour. Then we'll see this go more widespread here as we carry over into the afternoon hours and finishing out by the late afternoon going to the early evening. Light to moderate showers back in the area. That'll blossom up a bit as well, and then take a break going back to the 7 o'clock hour with more rainfall lifting still back up to the north for Eau Claire and Ladysmith in the forecast there. Then we'll see as we get down to the middle portion to the latter portion of your evening, you're looking at more showers coming back from light to moderate back again from Decorah all the way over to La Crosse and Prairie du Chien. You see that getting light to moderate to Sparta as well as Black River Falls. That's the 12 o'clock hour from midnight. Still with this range of moisture still picking up from light to moderate, continuing on all the way down from the south back up to the north, getting to Wausau. It's 3 o'clock in the morning still. We haven't gotten to sunrise and we're holding on to light to moderate rainfall, still brushing areas right by Prairie du Chien and Bosqueville. And of course you can see that continuing to track along and then weakening gradually as it gets more to the north and then working out towards Lake Michigan, finishing out as we go right into the 9 o'clock hour. You can see by that. By 12 o'clock, everybody's done. We're out. We've got dry skies, clearing skies through the forecast, taking it into what we could see as we go into the next couple of days here. First, we get all the way into Friday. By the time we get into midnight, we're looking at maybe 3/4 of an inch or less in your forecast for us. We'll also hold on to the possibility of this. We'll get into it with more rainfall getting into your forecast as we go through Friday. You're looking at, again, temperatures widespread in the 50s, so we're back to seasonal average temperatures. Then we take it into Saturday where we go in the morning. It's clearing skies, mostly sunny skies in the forecast for you. By 1 o'clock, looking pretty good. Just a few clouds sneaking in, taking us to at least partly cloudy skies to sunny skies in your forecast for a lot of folks. You see more sunshine down to the south. And then dry conditions as well. Then we get into the rainfall potentially. You can see it. That was about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Will it hit the ground? That's the thing. It may come back later on going into the overnight hours with light to moderate rainfall popping back in your picture. We'll see more of the potential for severe thunderstorm potential getting into Tuesday. So that's Monday night into Tuesday. And then we'll start to taper it down, eventually getting more of that rainfall coming back. 60s, 50s, getting into your weekend, we're looking at more 60s and 50s ramping up, taking us over to at least 78 degrees getting into Monday with that rainfall, as I told you, and storm activity. 60% chance going to a 30% chance for Tuesday. Breezy and gusty conditions for both days as well. We'll also see kind of a break for Wednesday. It's still about a 20% chance or so. Then getting into Thursday, we're holding on to maybe a 40% chance. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
All right, Art, thank you. Still to come, a new study finding that cancer deaths are down, but rates are up. Ahead, hear from the American Cancer Society about what could be behind this new trend.
Coming up next in the Blitz, highlights from the course as MVC competitors do battle. Plus, it's officially draft day in Green Bay, but check out what some prospects were doing yesterday.
Welcome to Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique. Whether you're a gourmet cook or an aspiring foodie, we have something for your style and taste. See our selection of gourmet cookware, bakeware, and appliances. Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique. Stop in today and tell them Peyton sent you.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
In 1925, a new furniture store opened its doors in Fountain, Minnesota. The business was called the Fountain Furniture Company. Today, 100 years and 4 generations later, we're Drury's, where you'll find a focus on principles that have given us staying power. Handle quality furniture, maintain a professional staff, and a commitment to customer service. we invite you to stop in and find out for yourself how this big store in a tiny town has lasted. Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for 100 years.
Get the last roof you'll ever need with steel roofing from Menards. Steel roofing is durable, offering your home the best protection from wind, hail, and fire. Choose from 29 stylish colors that enhance the appearance of your home. They are available in cut-to-your-length panels that cover a large area quickly for fast installation. Plus, get an 11% rebate on everything for your roofing project now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
We would like to thank everyone who voted Dahl Automotive Best of La Crosse County. It means a lot to us to place first in auto service department, new car dealership, as well as voting Randy McDaniel for Best Auto Salesperson. Thank you.
It's time for spring cleaning, and Dahl Auto is here to help. Clean out that old car, and we'll give you an extra $1,000 over book value. Then choose from over 1,200 vehicles and lock in today's prices. Spring cleaning pays at Dahl Auto.
What will you find at Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique? Everything you need and more. See our selection of Polish pottery, cookware, olive oils and vinegar, and our gadget wall. Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique, located inside Wesco and Sparta. Tell them Peyton sent you.
A cold case almost 40 years old. No suspects, no arrests. Her 1-year-old child, the only witness. Thursday at 6, a look back at the murder of Linda Wegner. The case and the clues to the murder in the house on the hill. Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, in just over a month, it'll be time for regionals for area golfers. But yesterday was the third MVC meet of the season with the Holmen Vikings playing host. A slight breeze, but some favorable conditions for low scores. This right here is Central Logan's Sid Hoyman, who tied for fourth with teammate Maddox Hurlitsky, and Holman's Spencer Galt with a 79. Onalaska's Rylan Tomaszek took third with a 77. Then in second was Aquinas sophomore Michael Jones. Beautiful chip shot. He shot a 73 on the day. But the medalist was the Vikings' Kale Halaska. That putt right there would be for birdie, and he had 3 of them on the day. And in the team scores, it was tight, just 4 strokes separating first and third place. But the Onalaska Hilltoppers take it with a 319 total team score. Holmen followed with a 321, and Aquinas took third with a 323. And we are less than 24 hours away from the Tennessee Titans being on the clock at the 2025 draft in Green Bay. But yesterday, some special guests made an appearance at the Titletown District for a Play 60 event. Roger Goodell and some of the players who will wait in the green room for their name to be announced, including presumed first overall pick Cam Ward, were in attendance helping out. And during the clinic, USA football coaches and those prospects were guiding participants through a series of basic football skills and drill stations. Since 2017, the NFL and Special Olympics have partnered across the country to provide opportunities for athletes of all ages and abilities. And as a reminder, Kate and I will be live from Green Bay later tonight at 5, 6, and 10. We'll have more coverage Friday and Saturday as well. Can't wait to see what the weekend brings. I'll live for Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
After more than 30 years in banking, I have seen a lot of changes in the housing market and in home lending. The one thing that has not changed is my dedication to get to know you and your individual mortgage needs. There are many home loan programs out there today. We can sit down or talk over the phone to figure out what home loan program is best for you. Come see me and let's talk.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like a free Wild Bite fishing kit when you spend $50 on fishing gear. All Blazer trailer lighting is 25% off. Plus, we've lowered prices store-wide, so you can find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin, family-owned, turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. Your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
Fresh sets and denim to welcome the season. We're doing florals like you've never seen them. Effortless looks for whatever life brings. These are a few of our favorites for spring.
Let Macy's help you find your favorites for spring.
At Knutson Roofing, we know a cheap roof isn't good, and a good roof isn't cheap. When it comes to protecting your home, don't gamble with the bargain bin. Go with the pros you can trust. Knutson Roofing, over 20 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Choose the best with no regrets. Call 715-ROOFING today and get a $250 Visa gift card with your completed roof.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
37 years ago this month, a mother was killed in her Southside La Crosse home. Her one-year-old baby left unharmed with no suspects and no motive. The case has baffled law enforcement and remained unsolved. This morning, News 8 Now's Allison Fergit joins us to preview her story about that murder. Good morning, Allison. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Alexandra.
Thanks for being here. So tell us a little bit about the story behind this case. Sounds very intriguing.
Oh, for sure. So this is the story of Linda Wagner. On April 19th, 1988, she was found murdered in her home with her one-year-old daughter, left in her crib unharmed, and right away it was a lot of questions. Linda had no bad relationships with anyone in the area. She was somewhat new to the area. She had been from the East Coast, so she moved over here. She got married and had a daughter. She worked at a nursing home and was really well loved there. So it was super, super baffling. And there wasn't, as far as we've heard, not a lot of evidence left behind. There was things stolen from the house. Her purse was stolen, some sheets, and she was just found in her bathroom with her throat cut. And from there, it's just been a mystery since then.
Wow.
Really, really baffling law enforcement. A detective saying it was one of the most frustrating cases he's ever worked on. And to this day, I mean, really no major leads right now. It's still active from what we know, but really no progress in the case. So it's just remained a little bit of a mystery here in La Crosse, and a lot of people have kind of forgotten about it, but when you ask them about it who've lived here for a few decades, they have a lot to say about the case.
They remember.
For sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
and yeah, we saw her here with her sweet little baby there. Yeah, just looks like a young mom.
Just
wow.
absolutely tragic and
unimaginable. Yeah,
still unsolved. So really, really hard. No closure there for sure.
For sure. Well, we'll be looking for your story, and that's coming up tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Allison. Well, thank you so much for the preview.
Yeah.
In your morning medical news, a new poll shows that as measles misinformation spreads in the U.S., most people aren't sure what they believe. It showed nearly 2/3 of adults have heard the false claim that the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine causes autism. About 1/3 have heard the false claim that the measles vaccine is more dangerous than the disease. Adults are more likely to say these claims are definitely false than definitely true, but many remain less than convinced. At least half of adults express some level of uncertainty by saying the false claims are either probably true or probably false. Another new study suggesting that having metabolic syndrome may raise the risk of developing dementia at a young age. Researchers found those with metabolic syndrome were 24% more likely to develop dementia before the age of 65, but they do want to note that the study was observational, meaning the authors can't say metabolic syndrome causes dementia, but the study only shows an association. Experts say some parents may be waiting too late to talk to their kids about puberty. According to CMOT Children's Hospital, a poll on children's health, roughly 41% of parents say they talked with their child about puberty only when prompted by the child. One of the poll's directors says this can lead to confusion and anxiety in children, especially if they feel their parents haven't prepared them. A new report shows while overall cancer death rates continue to decline, cases are increasing among women and young people. Stephanie Stahl reports.
Melissa Davis was just 30 years old when she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
It was just a time when I was just living my young life. You know, I wasn't thinking about cancer or anything like that.
The South Jersey mom is part of a new trend, according to a new report. More women being diagnosed with breast cancer and surviving.
Every time I hear that, it gives me encouragement because I'm like, you can live with stage 4 and be a 20+ year survivor.
The new report in the journal Cancer shows a steady decline in cancer deaths from 2001 through 2022.
This is because of better detections and new treatments that have come out.
Dr. Christina Annunziata with the American Cancer Society says cancers related to smoking are down because fewer people are lighting up, but there's been an increase in cancer related to obesity, things like breast, pancreas, and kidney cancers, and in people under the age of 50. Why do we think there's been an increase in the number of younger people being diagnosed with cancers?
Well, that's certainly a topic for more research. I don't think we have a clear answer of that.
What is clear? Cancer screenings save lives. And the report says there was a disruption in things like mammograms in 2020 because of the pandemic. Cancer incidents were down that year and have now returned to expected levels.
It's challenging, very challenging.
For Melissa, who's 40 now with 3 children, she's had a second bout with cancer.
I just have to, maintain a balanced, healthy life with medication for the rest of my life.
Now, all about living with cancer, like so many others.
The report said racial disparities have not eased. One example is Black women have a 40% higher risk of dying from breast cancer than white women do. Crawford County, meanwhile, taking steps to prevent mosquito-borne illnesses this season. The county health department highlighting the danger of unused tires as mosquito breeding grounds. Officials advise covering, recycling, or properly storing detached tires to eliminate standing water where mosquitoes reproduce.
Our focus is not just on tires, but we like to highlight the tires. Sometimes people don't think of those areas as places where mosquito larvae grow. But for those folks who maybe don't have tires in their yards or in the back 40, anything that holds water for any amount of time is potentially a nursery for mosquito larvae.
These insects can carry West Nile virus and other diseases. And now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got a look at our morning commute. Hopefully no mosquitoes out there today, this morning, Art.
No, Alexander, there weren't. I was a happy guy this morning, but then I walked into the garage today and walked right smack dab into a spider web, so I was unhappy about that today. Anyway, getting into it, you may need your umbrella as we finish out your morning, going into the afternoon as well, and evening for your commute. You're looking at light to moderate rainfall working through the area now. It looks like that heavier rainfall is gone out of Prairie du Chien. Viroqua's been getting possibly some light rainfall, but it's really, some of this is really not even showing up as far as getting rain on the ground. Eau Claire is one, La Crosse is another, as well as Winona and Black River Falls. Not much happening out there. We'll carry over to how this all shapes up going into your forecast here as we go to Onalaska, looking at dry conditions for your roadways there. 54 degrees out there right now. We'll carry up to Eau Claire. You can see the sun is coming up there. The winds are light, and of course the clouds are holding on to at least partly to mostly cloudy skies right now, with increasing clouds coming through the morning hours for you. You can see this is showing cloudier skies here, so some of this is kind of like, I really don't think so. But we're looking at this possibility getting into morning hours, finishing out with some showers, and then going into a break for the noon hour. And then by the time we get into the afternoon, we're looking at, again, ending out with some showers into the evening hours. We'll also hold on to Thursday for your highs today, looking at least 50s, 60s, and the 70s. Get out and enjoy it. Don't forget your umbrella.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Jan is turning 80 today. She loves to cook, bake, and spend time with her children and her great-grandchildren.
Twins Maeve and Maya, both turning 8 months. They love to smile and spend time with their family.
How about Dennis? Yeah, Dennis is turning 80 today. He loves to spend time at the cabin and with his family.
If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab at our website.
Coming up, if you need some fresh winter gear or you've got some to get rid of, we'll tell you about this year's spring gear swap.
Well, when they came to install things, they were very timely. They were very professional and told us exactly how long we would be without water, which was helpful to plan. You know, they came in, did the job, they left, you didn't even know they were there.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Spring is here, and it's time for a fresh start. Right now at King Furniture, we're making it easy to refresh your home. Trade in your old furniture or mattress and get a discount on brand new furniture. We'll even deliver and haul it off for free. Find the latest styles in bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and more. And save up to 60% off store-wide. Plus, enjoy free delivery and 12 months no-interest financing. There's never been a better time to upgrade. Out with the old, in with the new. Spring into comfort at King Furniture.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step, from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
Hey golfers, don't miss this golden golf deal at Drugan's Castle Mound. Get a full 7-day-a-week golf membership for only $700 for 2025. Limited $700 memberships are available. Visit Drugans.com or call 608-526-4144 to get your membership before this great deal is done.
At Drugan's Country Club, yes, Drugan.
So one of the things I really liked is the agenda sheet. I found to be very helpful because it clearly outlined what they were going to do and how they were going to do it. So there was no surprises.
I've got scratching my head now. It's showing that it's not raining out there. This is Dubuque, Iowa, looking pretty good out there and beautiful. My goodness, that is beautiful. Hey, happy Thursday to you all. In fact, we're also holding on to Tomah, and you're seeing, actually, that's Black River Falls looking pretty good as well for the morning commute. People are just kind of moving and going. We're also going to be seeing, as we get into it, I'm taking you over to Tomah and near Shelby as well, holding on to the possibility of, again, drier conditions in the forecast for you. So there's no rainfall really showing up on our cameras right now. That looked like it had a little bit of light rainfall in the overnight hours, but that looks like it's dry now. The semi-truck's doing quite well on the roadways. Hey, highs for Thursday today, we're looking at 57, some 60s in there, a mix of some 70s. We're going to go from seasonal all the way up to near mild in some cases and beyond. Holding on to conditions today, as I showed you before, that rainfall is starting to show up a little bit up to the north, then eventually goes widespread in the forecast as we go right through the morning hours, picking up again that rainfall through the early afternoon into the latter portion of your afternoon, with light to moderate rainfall continuing on. Then Thursday, as we get into 7 o'clock hour to finish out the evening, we're looking at more lighter rainfall, but continue to get some light to moderate moderate rainfall coming back again as we go through Decorah all the way to La Crosse, and that's around the evening hours and overnight to finish out your night, going all the way into tomorrow morning. You can see that continuing on. Now, yesterday this model was kind of scooted a little bit more to the west, but it's kind of taken its way out of our forecast area. You can see mostly with that heavier rainfall. So getting into it by the 9 o'clock hour, we're pretty much finishing out with a light smattering, maybe some mist and drizzle, then getting right back into drier conditions by the time we finish out, going into the 12 o'clock hour and all the way into we're clearing skies for the remainder of the day. Hey, take a look here as we get through it here. We'll go all the way into the next couple of days. Rainfall is probably 3/4 of an inch or less in the forecast. Definitely less as we get into La Crosse, maybe a little bit like a 1/2 inch or less. We're getting into highs for Friday, looking at more widespread 50s in your forecast. Shower activities in there as well, getting into it with the possibility of maybe a passing storm or two. We'll go right into how this all plays out for Saturday. Looking pretty good for you, as well as sunshine is happening. Mild conditions with temperatures in the 60s. Then we get into Sunday with the possibility of some lighter rainfall probably sneaking in, turning to heavy rainfall overnight going into Monday, where you're seeing some potential thunderstorm activity in the forecast there. Then we go right back into Tuesday. Severe weather potential in the forecast as well, getting into the possibility of holding on to temperatures in the 60s, 50s. Into next week, we'll see temperatures going from 78 all the way down to mostly 60s in your forecast. That's all I've got for you.
Thank you, Art. New this morning, if you've got outdoor gear gathering some dust, this weekend's your chance to sell it at the Spring Gear Swap. The Mount La Crosse Ski Patrol's annual event at Green Island Ice Arena features bikes, camping equipment, fishing gear, and more. Plus, proceeds support Ski Patrol safety operations. We are joined by Keechan Abing this morning. He's a ski patroller. He's going to tell us more. Good morning, Keechan. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, yeah, tomorrow's a big day. It starts tomorrow, right? What should we know?
Yes, it does. Tomorrow we start accepting gear at 2 p.m. So from 2 to 8 tomorrow, folks can bring in their gently used gear. And then again, there's a small window on Saturday morning from 8 to 9:30 where folks can bring in their gear. So we're really excited to host the 4th annual Gear Swap here in La Crosse.
So it's just, they just pick it up and bring it on over? That's all it goes? It's not like a setup where you have to sign up or anything?
Oh, great question. So we do have a website where folks can register their gear. It's a really easy process. They can find out more information on laxpatrol.org or us on social media, Outdoor Gear Swap, Mount La Crosse Ski Patrol. But it's a really easy system. You build a small profile to give us some information about yourself, and that allows us to pay you and to alert you as soon as it sells. You can register your gear at home or on site, and then we help you kind of price your gear and we merchandise it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to work it, but we'll just help you sell your gear and send you a check as soon as it sells.
Okay, sounds very convenient. Yeah, we've got the details up on the screen if people want to know that. And so we know skis. We mentioned a couple things. What other stuff are you guys accepting?
Yeah, so for decades we've held the ski sale out at Mount La Crosse in the winter, and this is our spring outdoor gear swap to help folks gear up to get outside for spring and summer adventures. So we have everything there from canoes and kayaks to campers and boats and dirt bikes, tents, rock climbing equipment, to hunting and fishing equipment. We'll have a sales rep there from a local fishing industry sales rep. I'll be selling brand new demo gear, so some really cool opportunities to get rods and tackle and fishing gear. So really everything across the board can be sold here at the Gear Swap.
Okay, and more of a spring focus there, so important to remember that.
I'm a little curious, how does one sort through all of this?
Oh, great question. So when they arrive at the sale on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. the sale starts. So from 10 to 2 on Saturday, Green Island is just an awesome facility, and we merchandise and get it all set up. There'll be about 40 patrollers on site too to help you. So we can help explain things, talk through things, and help you kind of size things up for you. And it is just, again, everything across the board to get families excited to get outside. It's a really cool way to both clean out your gear, to sell your gently used gear, make some money, but also to gear up in an affordable way.
Right, so people interested in new spring gear, they can also come and shop the sale, is that right?
Yes, please, yes.
Okay, and
Saturday.
anything they need to do, sign up in advance, or can we just show up?
Great question, just show up. Yep, and all forms of payment are accepted, but yeah, from 10 to 2 on Saturday. And on Sunday, we're open as well from 10 to noon. And some of the items on Sunday are marked down 20% if a guest chooses, so it's a cool way to kind of sneak back in, check something out, and see if it's still there, or if you can only come Sunday, come and check it out, and you're guaranteed to get a good deal.
Right on.
So if you are looking for a deal, maybe Sunday is the best day to go, would you say?
It is pretty fun to go on Sunday, absolutely.
I bet. Okay, yeah, people love those rummage sales, right? So it sounds like it kind of has that vibe. And how does this promote, affordability and sustainability in our community?
Yeah, being Earth Week, we kind of partner with all the organizations for Earth Week, and so in that line of sustainability, we know that it's both Earth Week. We want to do things to reuse and repurpose gear. We use that term SWAP as an acronym, surplus with a purpose.
Okay.
So you can reuse your gear. Sometimes we have that gear that's sitting around that we just haven't used in a while. We bought with a purpose, but we haven't had that chance to do it. Here's a chance to sell it, make some money, get it in somebody else's hands. But also that affordability piece, that sometimes it's not environmentally friendly to purchase new gear and, or affordable for families. So it's a chance to buy something to get you active, to try a new sport and get outside.
Okay, especially for kids, you know, they grow out of their stuff so quickly. So yeah, definitely like to see those options. Okay, so great to know there. Oh, if somebody does have winter stuff like skis or something, can they bring them or do they need to wait till the winter sale?
We do ask that you wait for the winter one. Yeah, I apologize, but we're happy to chat with them and give them more information and make sure that they know all that stuff for our November sale.
And good to know that you guys do have a winter one coming up. Okay, well, thank you so much. You got something else?
I was going to say the good news is the weather's going to be great for both days. So
awesome.
There
we're
we go.
super excited. Yes,
Perfect.
awesome.
Okay, Keaton. Well, nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, we've got a studio full of stars today. Who? Music legend Smokey Robinson will join us to talk about his new inspirational album. Also, the multi-talented actor Hugh Jackman. There he is. He's here today. He's co-chair of Global Citizen Now. He'll discuss his mission to end extreme poverty. And if that's not enough, how about this? Award-winning chef and humanitarian Jose Andres, right there on your screen, will share stories from his new book, offering lessons learned from a lifetime of cooking. Plus, Tony shows us why it's never too late to try something new. What's he doing now? Putting his carpentry skills to the test and try to build a house. How's this going to work out? We'll show you 7 o'clock on the dot.
Save big with these hot deals at Menards, all after 11% rebate. Assorted varieties of hanging flower baskets are just $6.99. 3-pound bags of Schultz grass seed, only $8.99. Pick up a 50-foot light-duty garden hose for just $5.99. An 18-gallon tote, only $3.99. Hurry, these hot deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer, plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
You're ready for home improvement. Bathroom, kitchen, windows, doors, and more. The question is who? Begin here, the Board Store Home Improvements. The most experienced sales team in the area. The most experienced installation team. Plan with designers concerned about meeting your wants and needs. Choose from a selection of superior products. Receive a detailed proposal and a firm price. No pressure, no games. Recently voted Best of La Crosse, locally owned and operated. More than you expect for less than you thought. The Board Store.
In 1925, a new furniture store opened its doors in Fountain, Minnesota. The business was called the Fountain Furniture Company. Today, 100 years and 4 generations later, we're Drury's, where you'll find a focus on principles that have given us staying power. Handle quality furniture, maintain a professional staff, and a commitment to customer service. We invite you to stop in and find out for yourself how this big store in a tiny town has lasted. Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for 100 years.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Every big dream requires investment. Investment of your thought and planning, hard work, and valuable time. It also helps to invest in a partner you can depend on to guide you every step of the way. TrustPoint has proudly served as that partner for more than 100 years. From investment management to retirement planning, business transitions to giving back to the causes you care about. Our services are designed to help you meet your financial goals because we're as committed to making them real as you are. TrustPoint, invested in you.
A cold case almost 40 years old. No suspects, no arrests. Her 1-year-old child, the only witness. Thursday at 6, a look back at the murder of Linda Wegner. The case and the clues to the murder in the house on the hill.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Ken Kozarowski on News 8 Now.
Welcome back. It's 6:52. Time for your morning news now. A La Crosse jury convicting a man of human trafficking. 45-year-old Dre Broadnax was found guilty yesterday on all 5 felony charges. Prosecutors proved he forced a woman to travel across Wisconsin and perform sex acts with multiple men as punishment for losing drug money. Later tonight, a special report coming your way. 37 years ago this week, a Southside La Crosse mother murdered in her home, her baby unharmed. With no suspects and no motive, the crime has gone unsolved for decades. Tonight at 6, a look back at the Linda Wegner cold case. Security for Minnesota families was the focus of Governor Tim Walz's State of the State address last night, where he highlighted programs like child tax credits and guaranteed school lunches that offer families economic stability. The governor also criticized the Trump administration's first 100 days while declaring Minnesota as strong as it has ever been.
The President of the United States has chosen to throw our economy into turmoil. Global markets are teetering on the brink of collapse. Businesses across this country and here in Minnesota are already laying off employees by the thousands. Working people are paying more for basic goods, and if you haven't checked your 401k lately, don't do it.
Minnesota Republicans fired back, the party's chair calling the speech heavy on rhetoric but lacking accountability and a concrete plan for Minnesotans. Wisconsin moms on Medicaid could soon get health care for a full year after giving birth. The state Senate passed a bill extending postpartum coverage from 60 days to a year. Now it needs Assembly approval. The change would help low-income mothers who currently lose health care just when postpartum issues like depression and heart conditions start to begin.
Families have a lot of challenges with a new baby in the household. Financial changes, work changes, families need to stay home. It's important that moms have the care they need to be healthy so that they can care for their babies and their families.
Wisconsin is currently one of 2 states that doesn't offer extended coverage. Mourners from around the world stood in line. They are still standing in line to pay respects to Pope Francis. His body was transported to St. Peter's Basilica yesterday. It'll stay there, lying in state till Friday. More than 170 world leaders will be on hand for the funeral on Saturday. And happening today, Bishop Gerard Battersby will celebrate a special mass honoring Pope Francis at La Crosse's Cathedral of St. Joseph the Workman, taking a live look at that building in downtown La Crosse this morning. The service will start at 12:10 today. It's open to everyone, whether you're Catholic or not. If you are unable to attend, the diocese will live stream the ceremony at diolc.org/live. On Alaska's Highway 157 is getting a makeover, and you're invited to see the plans tonight. City officials will present construction details at Onalaska City Hall from 5 to 6:30. And today is a big day for football fans. The NFL draft is set to kick off at 7 p.m., taking a live look at Lambeau Field. This morning looks like this is one of the stages set up. Folks are busy this morning putting the finishing touches on this and other stages across the 4.6 million square foot campus. An estimated 250,000 people set to take to the streets of Green Bay, which, by the way, is the smallest city to ever host the draft.
And we may have some showers working through the area there later on tonight, so please be careful about that on the drive there and back home. Get yourself home safely so you can watch this whole football season that's on the way. Hey, getting into it, we're dry on Saturday as well with a little bit of rainfall trying to get back into the picture for Sunday. It's a 20% chance. Then we'll see that coming back again in the overnight hours into Monday and Tuesday. We've got some thunderstorm activity working there, potentially severe weather going into Tuesday, so be careful for that as well.
If you ever wanted to own a piece of TV history, now's your chance. Julian's Channel Surfing Auction features more than 600 iconic items up for grabs, from Edith Bunker's house dress to props from Mad Men. Bidding has already started with the live auction happening May 7th and 8th in Los Angeles. All right, anything you would go for, Art? What is that? What is that?
I don't know what that was. I thought I saw a cone head there. That was pretty funny.
There was a cone head. I had to take that out of the script because I didn't know how to pronounce the actor's name. But if you're looking, it's there. Might still be there. I don't know how much it's going for, though. This looks scary. Well, we're going to send you on your way with this. Check for Art's weather updates. Thanks for joining us.